Hello, welcome to another episode of Me and My Conditions. I know I said I was going to have some sort of schedule, um, but I'm really into it now. As I said, like I always say this, I always end up saying this at some point in a video. As I've said in a previous video, at some point, like once I have an idea, I just have to do it. And yeah, this Me and My Conditions will be about autism. Like the I'm fairly low on uh, the autistic spectrum. I think it's known as that. I believe. Like there's multiple levels and forms of autism, um, and I have Asperger's syndrome, and again there's multiple forms of that version as well. There's different strengths, different types. Like it affects different people different ways, and that like autism is personally I would say well is like highly well. There's a load of people that are misinformed about autism. Like, like I don't know how to word it, like, because like I want to say this one without any of the notes like I did before because I want it. I want to see if it like, can come across a bit more. I felt like before it seemed a bit rehearsed, like although it was coming like just from like little note ideas and then doing like a little speech so to speak. Um, like there's so many different parts of this. Like I could go on forever. Um, I don't know. I need to learn to breathe. Keep forgetting to breathe. Anyway, like bit about autism. Like from what I understand, again, so I'm not an expert on the subject, right? But what I do know has helped me understand. But at the same time, autism is, although I got diagnosed early, I didn't understand the ins and outs of it until later on in life when sort of I thought, like, why can't I socialise or stuff like that as well as others. Like eggs, I never used to socialise that much anyway, like when I was younger. But when I did start socialising, like it became more obvious to me, and hence I had to learn more and learn to deal with it, so to speak. But again, sort of, I find it's part like, especially now, I find it's part of me. It's not like if I could get rid of it, like I don't think I would, honestly. But yeah, it causes me so much hassle sometimes. And it does, it can, or no, it does. I'm not going to say it does. I'm going to say it can. It can make life a bit difficult, like both socially, sort of making friends, keeping friends, just everyday life. Like it can be an absolute pain in the ass. But I don't know. I don't think I would get rid of it because it's part of me. It's who I am. It like makes me. So yeah. Uh, my main struggle, like the main, like, because I'm quite low on, like I said, I'm quite low with. I've got quite a low form of autism. I'm not like they are higher. There can be a lot higher forms of it. And I personally have like my main troubles from it are to do a little list. I have serious trouble socialising, social skills in all aspects. Um, Body language, complete nightmare. I had to like I knew nothing until I actually got lessons for it. Um, and yeah, so that also comes to the social side. Like main struggle is the social side in literally every aspect of it. I'd say the only part that isn't the social side for me that I suffer from with the autism is I have have these little obsessions, so to speak. Once I get into something, I'll be like, oh, I know the ins and outs. I like sort of, I don't know. I just go. I literally become obsessive with it even. For example, like the Matrix films, Matrix trilogy, which also I've got a little fact here. Keanu Reeves, who plays Neo, also known as the One, as Morpheus, played by, oh my god, I've forgotten his name. I can't believe I've forgotten his name. Anyway, yeah, Keanu Reeves. If you haven't watched Matrix, he's also in. I can't believe I'm forgetting these things. Like, anyway, yeah. So he's got he's autistic. Michael Jackson was autistic. It's either Mozart or Beethoven. They were one of them, or probably both of them. I don't know. Was autistic. I think Einstein, he showed signs of autism. There's there's quite a few like famous people that are autistic. And when I found that out, like I was even more proud to be autistic, because like one of my like heroes of like with my obsessions and that was like exactly like me. Like sort of, he was, I don't know, it's autism is not a bad thing. Like quite quite a lot of autistic people have some sort of artistic talent, or because we tend to, like, a lot of autistic people who have these will get like these little obsessions where sort of it's just something they love doing. It's like, and because of that, sort of a lot of them are autistic, or tend to be are a lot of them are artistic even, and like tend to that tends to also, like, not all of them, like not all of us and that, but I mean I'll say all of us, and like we're the same as everyone else. It's just, so, I mean, this spot, like, I didn't want to script it in a way. So not necessarily script, just like with the notes and that, because I wanted to say, like, as it comes out, like, and after it is like possibly background, but sort of that's beside the point. This is what I'm, and I guess I was hopeful because like it shows the other side, like, and that's something I can't do non-routines. Like I have to be in a routine. Like things have to be planned. I have to do things step by step. Even when I was doing the ADHD video, I was managed that I was doing a subject at a time, and even on the part 2 video, I covered the part I needed to get off my chest, and that, like the bubble to burst about, like sort of ADHD not being a disease, and then I went and carried on while it was still sort of fresh in my mind, and yeah, sort of that's another thing that I struggle with, and that's where I've found a coping strategy. I found, although it can be a pain, but it does help. Pardon me, sorry. And that's to do things. Don't, like, if you struggle doing like getting a whole load of, okay, someone says like do your room, do the hoovering, like do washing up, make sure your clothes away, and put them in like the day in the washing machine, and then later on put them out to dry or in a tumble dryer, and then put them in your wardrobe. Well, I'm like, what? Where? What? I don't know where to start. Like, even while I was saying that, I was like, sort of, yeah, sort of. It's, if I do things in stages, like sort of, okay, no, I have this little thing though where I really do have to break things down personally. Other people, like, as a coping strategy, it might not be. You might find it easier like breaking things right down, as I'm about to explain, or like just breaking it down in general, like sort of do the room, and do hoovering, or just write like a list, like room, tick that off, like once it's done, hoovering, once it's done, tick that off, just like that. or you can break it down even more, like I have to, like with room, like I do, like rubbish. Make sure everything's where it needs to be. Like, so that's like, do rubbish, tick that off. Make sure, like, I play games and that. Make sure all the wires are where they need to be. The controllers are certain direction, or not direction, just like certain place and that. Like bed, then sort of clothes, take like put them all together. Then I'll probably end up doing that sort of after the rubbish, and then like once I've done everything else, take clothes down, put those in the washing machine. While the washing machine's done, sort of do whatever really, and then that's something I have to break things down. And even with learning, because like being autistic it doesn't help with having ADHD with the low concentration, but I can be too literal sometimes, especially when I was younger. Like I remember one time, I'll say one time, like about a year ago, sort of when I was still at my mum's, mum said like, can you bring the washing down? And so I like put all this washing in the basket and just like I was at the bottom of the stairs because we had like this baby gate at the time, and she said just put it down, and I just like put it down. But she was saying if like when you're younger, so you would have just chucked her. It's just like would not put it down gently. I would have just let go, and if it had gone everywhere, it's like, oh, what did I do? Right, you just wouldn't have had a second thought of it. Whereas now it's like I'm not quite as literal. And again, that one I think you have to have a bit of understanding what the word means. Otherwise, like it's hard to grasp what you're doing wrong. And that's a big like coping tip with autism. Like I find, especially the social side, to learn how to improve, I need to know what I'm doing wrong, and then understand what particular part of that, like example, so to speak, so I can put it like of that's given, what particular part is the part wrong, and how you could improve it. Like you could easily probably find something on the internet. I would recommend something more like internet wise. I'd recommend something. I wouldn't go on like Yahoo personally, or like Yahoo Answers, because you can get some people that just a bit mean, so to speak. But I've never been good at socialising. I'm still not. So I can talk to people older than me, and I can happily like talk to a camera. But people my age, I struggle. I don't know why. But the only reason I can talk to people older than me is because my dad used to take me to the pub, and I just sort of, I used to have like glass of Coke, and he used to have like pint whatever, and we just used to like, enjoy the banter and that. And I learned like to deal with the banter. I learned to get like I learned that social side, and that helped me so much. And again, I've gone like I might have to do a second part to this one as well. But I know this one isn't explained very well, and I'm so sorry about that. But I can't. There's no chance or no way I could fully explain it because there's so many different levels of autism, and it's so complex in itself for like each individual level, and it affects everyone differently. Like we're not all the same, and it's hard to explain. It really is. I've always like I find it hard to get things from here, like from what I'm thinking, like and put it into words. And yeah, now having said that, I just I'm so sorry. I keep belching. got a spider web on me, and I've got 10 seconds, so I will say goodbye. This has been part one of me and my conditions, autism. I have to end it here before it won't let me upload. Goodbye. Part two, that's up next.